Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to this. Should probably be the second channel. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. What is this? What is this? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be having a video about this game on my main channel. That's kind of why things have been a little slow on both this channel and the other channel. I have some stuff for this coming up, but I've just been playing this game too much, and I didn't want to make content on it, but I'm like, whatever, I'm playing this all the time. Might as well make content on it. So, today I'm going to do a tier list for you guys. This is my opinion because normally I would say Toad Boy does some pretty good ones, but honestly, like the last one I watched, I didn't really agree with. So, you know, that's my time to come in and just kind of show you my opinion on things because I don't really know anybody else that does tier lists. Maybe other people do. And like I said, normally Toad Boy does a pretty good job, but I felt like last time for me at least, I felt like he was kind of being a little, I don't know, biased towards like unique and stuff. So basically, what I'm gonna be basing this off of is just the normal player. All right, I'm not basing this off leaderboard runs. I'm not basing this off people who have unique on everything. None of that. I'm just basing this off normal players. So if you have these units, just plain normal stats, everything. This is what it's gonna be based on. Because everybody wants to be like, oh, unique, you need unique on that, but they're comparing it to other unique units, or they're comparing it for leaderboard runs. This is just to get you through the game. Story mode, portals, tournaments, obviously not number one, but just things that are good, that are going to help you. This is just the best units you can have, just purely. Because obviously, like, Dio Overheaven Unique is probably still like a top 3, top 4 unit, but that's unique. Like, you don't want to count that. He's still a great unit. But yeah, I'm going to get into that. So, Aizen is tough because he is only for leaderboard runs. Is he bad to have starting out? No, he's not at all. I'm pretty sure he's hybrid as well. So I'm just going to put him in good because he's not meta unless you are doing leaderboard runs. Oh, I forgot to say, ignore the mess in the back, whatever. But he's not meta for leaderboard runs, and I meant to move my base cam. There you guys go. Um, yeah, he's only meta for leaderboard runs. So that's why he's only going in good or hill because any mythic is good to have, honestly, if you're starting out. Crush. So, alright, support. I know a lot of people will make like a utility and support, but honestly, utility and support's pretty much the same thing. So I'm gonna keep him there. And Crush, he sucks, honestly. All he does is take out shields. That's why he's in good support. Honestly, never spin for Crush. That's just what I'm gonna say. If you have him, whatever. I have him. Never used him. Never gonna use him. I don't need him. All right. Honestly, he should probably be an unviable, but he actually does something, so I leave him there. Cell. Cell is I don't know if Cell's really worth it. Let's do some research. Because it makes sense to, we don't want to just base things off random stuff. So let's just Cell evolved. So yeah, he doesn't do that much. Yeah, honestly, that's, I don't know. Honestly, people don't use them anymore unless they have unique. Honestly, unviable. Sorry, I gotta put my phone in do not disturb. Endeavor. Oh, is Endeavor still meta? Because he used to be the best burn unit, but he's not. I think he's still meta. He's gonna be meta ground. He's gonna be towards the end because he is still the second best burn unit in the game, but he's not. He's not the best anymore. So yeah. And honestly, the top 10 I'm gonna do last because if I just keep adding people and bringing people down, it's gonna be confusing. Whitebeard, unviable. Shouldn't even be a question. He sucks. Now Fujitora, um, he's got to go Meta Hill. He's honestly the only physical hill unit I could think of. So for Infinity Castle, you're definitely gonna want him, and just for like physical buffs or dark buffs, he's the best hill. Um, So yeah, let's keep it moving. Genos, I'm pretty sure he's hybrid. He's okay. I'd honestly say you'd rather, well, no, Aizen is definitely a better unit to have in the long run. Genos is better to have in the short run. So I think we'll keep it like that. I'm pretty sure he's hybrid. Gojo is a meta support. He freezes the whole map for, I believe, 10 or 15 seconds. I think probably 10, maybe a little less, 8. I don't know. But he does freeze time the whole map for quite a bit. So it is really good. The only problem with this, he is so annoying to evolve. Like, it's not hard. Basically, to evolve Gojo, you just have to do the infinite, and there's 3 bosses that can drop Reguking eyes, which is what you need to evolve them. You need 6 of them. And those 3 bosses are only chance to spawn, and then they have a 10% chance of dropping 1. So yeah, good luck getting him evolved. Honestly, so annoying. We got Golden Frieza, who I'd probably say is still a meta heal. He does the most damage out of any heal unit, but his SPA is just bad, and his range is okay. We're just going to leave him there. There's a lot better options for hills, but he is still meta. So yeah, we're going to leave him there. Gon, I'm honestly going to put him in unviable. There's no reason you should be using Gon. The stats look pretty. He does 150,000 damage every like 30 seconds. So honestly unviable. Does 5k DPS. He sucks. Please don't try to use Gon. Diane, we'll check her stats real quick because I don't think she's actually that good. But I see people trying to get unique on her and stuff, and whoa, she does a lot more damage than I thought she did. When did Diane get this good? Okay, well, honestly, just from looking at this, she has an AoE circle as well. 20 radius is pretty big. Looking at that, I don't see people use her, but I'm just gonna put her in good ground. I feel like there's definitely better meta units to use, but she does a lot of damage. Honestly, I could see her being up there. And I wonder why she's not in that many tier lists. Her SPA is not that bad. Maybe her range is pretty bad. We'll put her in good ground, just good ground. Akeno, honestly, she's just a trade piece. She does actually she does a pretty decent amount of damage, but she is just a trade piece, to be honest. So just gonna leave her in good ground. Agreed. It's good support. There's a lot better. Kyudaru is a meta ground. Despite what people say. Hanji, unviable. Hawks. He's a good support. He's definitely better than these two. I wouldn't say he's meta, but he's a good support, and I honestly wouldn't put him in anything else. He does a decent amount of damage, but yeah, it's either unviable or a good support for him, so we'll put him there. Fugo, unviable. Ichi Dusk is actually a good hybrid. So yeah, I'm gonna make this /high. So yeah, obviously we'll change stuff then. Itachi is still a meta ground, but I'm honestly gonna put him there. Gyutaru gets a lot of hate, but he does a lot of damage, especially to bleed units. And the amount of units now that can bleed makes Gyutaru a little bit stronger. And Itachi's kind of fallen off, but Itachi's still meta. So yeah. Jotaro is just a good support. He's still better than all of these guys, I think. But yeah, he's just a good support. I didn't really explain Ichi. He's very cheap, very easy to evolve for beginners. So if you are struggling and don't have friends to play with or people to help you, which I don't think should be too hard to get, but if you really, really want something, when Ichi's on banner, which is rare, I'd recommend doing like 1 or 2 multis. He can carry you through the whole story mode pretty much until you get to the end. Virtual dungeon probably be a little difficult, but other than that, because he is really strong he maxes out, I think for me, with like no trait at like 60k, and his SPA is like 5 or 4 seconds, and he's really good. His range is massive as well, hits everything. So yeah, sorry, it didn't really go in depth on that. Jotaro has the ability to time stop, which is not as good as other time stops like Gojo, but yeah. Now I believe this is Emilia. No, this is Emilia. Who's this? We're just gonna put him. We're gonna leave them off the list because I don't know who they are. Honestly, I thought it was Emilia, but no, I don't have a clue. Honestly, Julius honestly is unviable. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll put him here because he is still support, but you're never gonna use Julius in anything except for an infinite or like a leaderboard run, which I honestly doubt you'll use because he does a lot of knockback. That's his thing. He costs 10,000 to place. So you're never going to use him in anything but that. So I guess we'll put him in good support. Brook. I don't know. Brook is still meta support. Let's check to make sure. I believe he might still be a meta support. Sorry, I wanted to go through this a lot quicker, but let's see. He has to attack and buff others, but he buffs both. So yeah, honestly, I don't know what his buff is to be exact because I started playing after Brook was out of the game. So yeah, I'm honestly still gonna put him meta support. I'm gonna put him at the end though, just because I imagine you cannot infinite buff with him, unlike Oshi and or not Oshi, unlike Wendy and Orwin. So yeah, that's why he's gonna go there. This is Kyoka. She's a good ground. I'm pretty sure she's not hybrid. I could be wrong. Law is. I know he's going to be top 10, so I'm just going to put him there. There's some units that I know for sure are going to be top 10. So Law is going to go top 10. To put some explanation behind Law, he honestly probably behind Dio over Heaven has the best ability. Honestly, you could argue his is better, but I don't know. Truthfully, I've never got to play with a Dio over Heaven, so I don't know. But Law is, if you see Law in the banner summon form, because he can do everything. I think he like mine maxes out at like 160k, and he's a support unit, by the way, maxing out at that much. And obviously you could get buffs. I think I can get mine to do like 450k with max buffs. And yeah, his range is the only thing you need to worry about for him. Like I have a range, I have sniper on him, and I have double S on his range, because you want more range to push the enemies back. His Shambles ability, the cooldown is kind of long, but it teleports the units back like very far. So like if somebody's getting too far or they get past your Usops and you want the Usops to place traps, Shambles, boom. And you match that up with somebody that's running Homeru or something. That's honestly how we got through the Sengoku raid pretty flawlessly. You just Law teleport him back, Homeru freeze, teleport him back, and yeah. Law is definitely top 10. Very good. Now, some of these units also are unattainable, like Kyoka, Akeno. So yeah, I should probably mention that as well, like Brook. Some of these people you can't get, but all of these up here, besides Brook in the meta, you can still obtain. So yeah, just be on the lookout for those. Now we got Gear 4 Luffy. Honestly, I think is still meta. I'm going to put him above Frieza. He just does a ton of damage, and you can place 4 of him, and he can get hybrid if you want. He can either be a multi-hit, take out shields. He's honestly like a jack of all trades. You get him to hybrid, you get him to take out shields, just get him to do a ton of damage. So yeah, I'm going to put him there. He's definitely, I think, the worst out of the One Piece units. The new one set is. But he still is meta. Honestly, they all are. Madoka, I'm tempted to put her meta hill hybrid, but I just don't think she does enough damage for that. So I'm going to put her at the top of good hill. I just don't think she's good enough. Now, Mami is obviously a meta hill hybrid. She is... It hurts to put her behind Fuji, but Fuji's just going to have more use because she's a magic unit, and Fuji's one of the only hybrid units, so for physical, so that does suck. But Mami is really, really strong. She does a ton of damage. She does like almost 200k with like nothing, like just base stats and everything. She's really, really good. So yeah, Mommy's gonna go there. She just takes a lot to upgrade, so that's why she's not higher. Megami is a good support. Honestly, couldn't even tell you what his support does. I just know he's good. No point to summon on him, so I'm just gonna leave him there. I'm gonna put him above Crush. Meliodas is still a meta ground. I'm gonna put him right there. Meliodas is the best character to have Lost Vein on, by the way. He does a ton of damage. Recently got him on my alt. Very, very strong. Yeah, not much to say there, just very strong unit. Metal Knight. Honestly, I put Metal Knight over Fuji, but it's just preference. Because one's physical, one's magic. But I think Metal Knight's more expensive as well. But he can summon drones, and I use him more. So I'm going to go Metal Knight. But Metal Knight and Fuji are about even. Just keep that in mind. And we got Mirka. Unviable, just a trade unit. Katakuri is a good support, but there's definitely better slows. I'm going to put him at the top here. I think he's a little better than Jotaro. I have no idea who this is, so they're going down there. Keep in mind, guys, I've played this game for quite a bit, and I still don't know all the characters. Oshi is definitely arguably the best support. By the way, no support units are going to go in the top 10 unless if they're like Law, because don't get me wrong, Oshi honestly is a must-have, but still not. And Bulma and Speedwagon are a must-have, but they don't go top 10 because they're just not top 10 worthy. So yeah, Oshi goes there. She gives you money. She buffs your units, makes things cheaper. How could she not? Perona honestly is gonna go here. She's falling out. Maybe she should go there, but it's hard to get her, so I just put her there because she's unattainable now. Power's seen a lot of use recently with tournaments and stuff in terms of bleeding and kills, but honestly, I don't think she's very viable anymore. Maybe I'll put her good ground because I don't think she's hybrid. We'll put her at the bottom there. By the way, I need to move Kyoka up here. My bad, I forgot to do these within the ratings of some of these down here, but okay, the unviable is not going to be in any order because just don't go for them. Then we got Escanor, who honestly I think is top 10, but we're gonna wait and see. I still think he's top 10. I see a lot of people say he's not because like you need unique. You don't. I don't have unique on him. I have Celestial, and he is honestly I'm gonna put him top 10 for now. But he's still amazing. I might have to get back to him and explain a little more, but yeah, the full AoE and even they say it takes 15 rounds or whatever, but even 13 rounds of his increased damage every round is still better than half the units in the game. Over half the units. He's still one of the best units, only getting the 13 rounds of buff and only having one of them. Mine still does over 200k in that amount of time. So I definitely still think he's top 10. The people that are saying he's not, honestly, are tripping. So yeah. We got Poochie, who honestly I want to put Poochie in top 10, but he is just a support at this point. Even with unique, he's just a support pretty much. But he's going to meta support because he is honestly the best, one of the best supports in the game, if not the best. Shanks is completely unviable. Do not summon for Shanks. This is Rias, I believe. I mean, she's full AoE, I guess. I'm gonna put her there. She's really just a trade unit. She's also unobtainable. So Sabo does burn. He's a better burn unit than Itachi. I'll put him above Gyutaru. He does a lot of damage, so I'll put Sabo there. We got Sayako, who, believe it or not, is actually meta. She's meta ground. I think I put her there. It's kind of hard to believe because the Madoka units are really a hit or miss. I mean, you got like Kyoka down here and Madoka down here, but then you got Sayako all the way up there. Shigaraki. I'm kind of going to take a page out of Toad Boy's book. There is just going to be an Usopp category, Usopp, because units like him and Shigaraki just go there. It's hard to explain. Just full AoE true damage is good. So yeah, Denji, he's unobtainable, and I don't see him used ever. So I'm going to put him unviable, honestly. Maybe he's a good ground, but the only reason Power's there is for her bleed. So honestly, I might put Power in support. Probably put Power there. Sonic is unviable. Sasuke is a decent support. I put him there. I'm probably going to move Megami up one. Don't get me wrong. Some of these units in good, like any mythic is better to have than none. Except Julius. Please, if Julius is in the middle, do not summon. Like, Bon is okay. Guildarts is okay. Hawks actually does a decent bit of damage, but he's only really used for supports. That's why he goes down here. I could put him, like, up here, but he just doesn't really belong there. And yeah, most of these guys are support. I believe Sasuke, by the way, does, like, stun? Something like that. I don't know. Tengen, in my opinion, is still a top 10 unit. I think he's a little bit better than Escanor. Non-unique, obviously. Like I said, what we're basing this off. I'm going to try to speed this up because we are very long and we are just a little over half. So yeah, Tengen, I believe, is still top 10. Tatsumaki is... She just pushed back 2. I'll put her at the bottom meta support because she does a lot of damage, so she's still useful. Todoroki is unviable, just a really nice trade unit. Usopp is Usopp. By the way, Usopp is the number 1 unit you should summon for. He's useful in everything, but you don't put him in top 10 because he's different from all the other units. So, yeah. Trigun, unviable, just a trade unit. Vegeta is a good hybrid. I would put him there, probably. He just scored a lot. Yoshina is a good slow. I'm going to put her up here with Katakuri. Amelia is the best slow, so she's going to go up here. I'm honestly going to put her there ahead of Brook. Sorry, I'm trying to get through this. Deku is a good ground. I'd put him there, honestly. Armin, unviable, sucks. Unohana, unviable, trade piece. Rayleigh, unviable, trade piece. Diavolo is a decent support. I put above Crush. Daki is a meta. Oh, do you bring her for support, though? I think so. I think she's more of a support unit. She is still meta. I recommend having any of these. By the way, Amelia is unattainable. And so is Sayako, except for trading, obviously. And Brook. So let's keep it going. Doflamingo is still a meta ground. He's number 1 meta ground. Does the most damage out of any ground unit in the game still, I believe. I could be mistaken, but yeah. Homaru is for sure a top 10 unit. I'm honestly going to put her above those two. If you get any of the top 10 units, they're really good. Ice Queen, she's full AoE, does freeze. Is she meta? Honestly, I'd rather have her support than some of these, but I'm going to put her here. Honestly, Ice Queen is still good. You do have to trade for her. She is still a good unit. Kisuke is a meta support. I'm going to put him down here. He's also unobtainable. Merlin. I don't really know what Merlin does, to be honest. Let's do some quick research on this. Is she just a damage unit? I swear she was a support, but I could be wrong. 62. Okay. Oh, so she's just a buff to magic units. I don't think she's meta, though. She's going to be at the top of good support because she does a lot of damage, so I put her there. Bakugo, honestly, is probably still a good ground, but he's going to be towards the bottom. He just doesn't do as much anymore. Piccolo is honestly just a trade piece. I'm going to put him there. Shisui, just a trade piece. Yamamoto, trade piece. Lord Boros actually does a decent amount of damage. So, I don't know if he's still meta, but he might no, I think he's still meta. But he's above Frieza, probably. He's also tradable, but he's very expensive, so good luck getting him. Now, Dio over Heaven. I'm honestly going to leave him in top 10 for now. I see people say you need unique on him, but he does over 200,000 damage. Yes, he's very expensive, but you honestly only need 1. And if you're doing infinites, having 3 could be beneficial. But if, like, in a normal one, yes, he is super expensive. But if you're doing, like, portals or anything like that, he still does a ton of damage, man. And you only need 1. You don't need to place all 3. Yeah, he doesn't do as much damage, but it's still a lot of damage. I'm going to put him there for now. He might move down to meta support, but he is there. Stain, also a top 10 unit. who he is. I would not put him above Law. Maybe I'd put him there. Don't get me wrong, Homer is really good. Nah, I'm going to put him there. These two, Homeru and Law, are just support, damage. They do everything. Anything you need in the game, they got it, pretty much. Kirito is still a meta ground unit. No matter what anyone says. He's a 4 placement who does 220,000 damage and is not expensive to place. That is almost 1,000,000 damage if with just 4. That's without unique, without like anything. So he's still good. Kirito is still really good. Divine is the best trade on him, but he is really good. Don't believe people say he's not. He is. Asuna is actually also meta ground. She's more like back here though. She's not as good as Kirito, obviously. Heathcliff, also meta ground. Yeah, he probably goes behind Kirito unless you get unique. Well, Heathcliff does a lot. Those two are probably interchangeable. Just whichever one you prefer. If you have one, whatever. Clay, also a meta ground. He's probably there above Asuna. Who is this? Makima? Makima is just a trade piece, honestly. Leafy is a meta support. I wouldn't really summon on her, but she's a meta support. She's not as good as some of the other support units. Okay, so Roshi, honestly, is just a good ground. He's more for trading. You can't get him anymore either. This is Mash. Mash is pretty good for beginners. He's also a good ground. I don't think he's hybrid, but yeah, he's a good ground unit. Charmy is probably at the end of meta support. Amelia's the best slow. Charmy's probably the second best, which again, you have to trade for her. I'd put her there. She's really good. Wendy. I honestly might make this a slat. God, no. Honestly, Wendy is very, very important to have. I'd honestly put her there. And then the same with Orwen. Orwen's going to be right next to Wendy because one's physical and one's magic. Orwen's probably a little easier to get the 100% buff on. So, yeah, those two are must-haves. And they're really easy to get. They're legendaries. You see them on the standard banner. Summon for them. And we're going to wrap this up. All Force is a alright support, I guess. Put them there. Carrot, unviable, just a trade piece. Sukuna is... He's a decent support, but there's definitely better units. Because honestly, most of the bleed units now are not just supports. Boa, unviable trade. Aokiji, unviable trade. I forgot who she is, but she's trade. Yuta is a good ground. He's probably like there. He's not that great. Griffith, the best unit in the game. There's no question about it. Griffith is the best unit. He's also the best support. So yeah, he's all the way up there. Skull Knight, meta ground. Him and Dofi are interchangeable because one's magic, one's not. So they're like kind of the same, pretty much. Sengoku is also a meta ground, who I'd put there. Issei is he meta? I don't think he's meta, but he's probably the top of good ground. He's pretty easy to get and pretty easy to evolve. Guts, another top 10 unit, probably number 2. And then we got, there's 2 Griffiths on here, so one for support. This one going support, number 1. But honestly, support should still be top 10, but still going to put him there. Gabimaru's actually really good. I'm actually going to put him at the bottom of meta ground. Actually, I'm going to put him above Itachi. I think he's a better burn unit. Chad. Chad's just a good ground. He's okay. I'd probably put him there. You got Roger, who is a top 10 unit, despite what people say. But Roger's probably going to go there. And then we have Poseidon, who is another top 10. Who Poseidon probably goes... Honestly, Poseidon probably goes up there. He is very, very strong. Very, very good. Kisame is honestly meta for story mode. He's definitely the worst out of the new units, but he is still meta. I'd put him behind Sabo if I can. There we go. He's just not... He's a story mode killer, honestly. Avdol is a meta ground unit. He is the best burn unit. I'd put him above Sengoku. You'd rather have Avdol than Sengoku. Sengoku does more damage, but his cooldown is awful. Avdol is really, really good. Haribu, meta hill hybrid. She's honestly might be the best. The top 3 hill units are honestly really just preference, and I don't know these two. So yeah. But let's see, how many Indians top 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This rounds out our top 10. Let me see if I want to move anybody around. Griffith's definitely number 1. Guts is most likely number 2. Poseidon is most likely number 3. Maybe might move Stain or Roger up. Maybe I'll move both of them up. Like that. So yeah, if you have any of these top 10 units, you're good. Obviously, you're not going to get Dio over Heaven. I think it costs like 800 Robux, which in money terms is like $1,000. So if you want to pay $1,000 for Dio, be my guest. But yeah, that's about it. I'm just going to break down some more stuff. But yeah, this is the tier list. So if you want to take a look at this and just see like kind of what you want to summon for, obviously you could pause it at any moment. The metas, what you need to look at, Usopp and up. So yeah, this is the tier list. I'm just going to go into some more details. So if you guys don't want to hear any of that, you can click off. But now to go into some more stuff. Griffith, Guts, I just kind of want to explain some things. Like, Stain is really hard to get, but he's really good. Same with Roger. Poseidon's really easy to evolve, so if you do get him, evolve him right away. Homaru is a trade unit, but she's not that rare, so she might be easy to trade for, but a lot of people have been giving up a lot for her because she's still meta. Yeah, don't believe. Pride is still top 10. Yeah, honestly, there's not much more explaining I have to do. These are just the units that you should bring. Yeah, so anything Usopp and up is what you should bring. Usopp, number 1 summon for other than Griffith. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and you'll be seeing some content on this game on my main channel. So thank you for watching.